Hayden Borum was my son. He loved Legos. That was his number one thing. He could put any Lego together. He put the Simpson house together while he was in the PICU.
He was so lovable. I mean, every time he would see you, it would be hugs and kisses.
He was a little boy that just wanted to experience life, and
everything was pretty normal. He would run around, catch up with his brother.
He would play a little bit, and then he'd end up taking a nap for a long, long time.
He started to urinate blood clots, and he started not wanting to walk places.
He was in pain, and we didn't know it.
I kept telling the doctor, something's not right. Something is wrong. I'm telling you, something is wrong. So they order blood test. The next day, I take him to camp, and my phone rang, and it was a pediatrician's office.
His blood work was, all his levels were down. They thought it was a mistake.
You need to pack your bags. I'd plan on staying for a while, and you need to go to Children's Hospital. They're expecting you. So I said, okay. All of a sudden, it was crazy, and they would give him a blood transfusion, and then in a couple days, he needed another one.
It was hard to figure out for the doctors what was wrong with him. He didn't have leukemia. He didn't have cancer. He wasn't responding to any of the medications.
A couple weeks in the hospital, a few days at home. A couple weeks in the hospital, a few days at home. He started to lose control over his bowels, and he would have accidents, and he would get really upset. He had bruises all over his body.
He looked like he'd been battered.
He got so frail. He started losing a lot of weight. He had started to have these tonic, these movements of his body, and we couldn't stop them. And he'd say, "Mommy, Grandma, please make it stop, make it stop." We couldn't.
The last weekend that he spent at my house, he spent the night. We were putting together Lego, and his hands started shaking. His voice started to slur.
And he couldn't put the pieces together. And he looked at me and said, "Aunt Tiffany, my brain isn't working."
We have this meeting, and we kind of review everything. And then I will never forget Dr. Greenberg saying to me, he looks at me and he says, "Kid, I told you, I tell you what, I'm giving up." And I'm giving up.
And so we decided to stop the treatment. And Hayden went into the hospice room at the hospital.
All of his nursing, his nurse practitioners, his physician assistants, a good bit of his doctors, my parents, our friends, his brother, his dad. We were there, and the clowns started to sing "You Are My Sunshine." Everyone in that room started singing that song to him. And like I said, everyone loved Hayden so much that when it was the end, it was hard on everyone. Eventually, his lungs, I guess, just gave up, and whatever infection was brewing in his body that we couldn't get rid of had taken over, and his oxygen went down. His respiration went down. His heart rate went down. So I was holding him, and I told him I would take care of Adley, his brother, take care of his grandma and his papa, and everything was gonna be okay. That was it.
A lot of people don't actually know a whole lot about histiocytosis. It's definitely, and especially what Hayden had, is a very rare disease. In fact, he was one of the first children.
We started seeing more cases, and the question is it because I've educated the physician community to look for it, or is it truly on the rise?
Without awareness of a rare disease, without a community to support a rare disease, there's not enough knowledge or funding to be able to learn more about the disease.
We need to be able to treat kids that have histiocytosis and give that disease the same priority as any other disease.
So Hayden's Heroes is a nonprofit organization based out of Frederick, Maryland, who was created around Hayden Borum.
They support research for histiocytosis to improve treatment, to improve the research to support it.
When people don't take the time to learn about something rare, it can never become common.
Our vision is to create awareness about the disease histiocytosis and to help give comfort and support to those families in need who have a child either suffering from histiocytosis or a life-altering disease, just to make those families smile, to bring them a little bit of comfort. So our vision is to find a cure for histiocytosis.